Hi, I'm Scott Hanselman. I'm here at the Microsoft Studios at 323 Congress at South by Southwest. And it's Richard Campbell.
Hi.
You've come from Canada.
I have, actually.
That's fantastic.
I was doing a conference in London, and I flew directly to Austin, and now I'm here and enjoying South by Southwest.
And I was in Vancouver a couple of days ago and completely missed you because you weren't there. I see you more than I see my relatives.
Yes.
I see relatives on Christmas. I see you at least quarterly, but this is the first time I've seen you in America. Usually on a different continent.
Yeah, somewhere else. We only see each other at conferences.
Now, last time you were here, you came through with a bus.
Yes.
With the .NET Rocks tour.
That's right. We drive around and we talk about .NET and we do an interview somewhere, and I try and recruit you, but you're usually too busy. Although we got you at 2012 in Portland.
That's true.
With Chris Sells, which was off the hook.
Very cool. So what are you doing talking about .NET in South by?
I haven't really been talking about .NET so much as I've been meeting a lot of developers. You know, I've always been involved in the startup space, and this is a crazy place for startups. And certainly, you know, I keep being reminded Mark Andreessen's line back from 2011, software is eating the world. Like, it seemed appropriate in 2011. When you look around today, it's off the hook. It's amazing what's going on.
So when these young people are trying stuff that we never thought about.
Yeah, and are so uninhibited, right? Like, the way that they approach development is very different from the way we approach development, just because they don't have that baggage we have. Like, I call them scars. Like, we have scars of all the software we built over the years. So meeting those guys has been really fun. They're not the only kind of developer out there, though. I mean, there's always designers, and they're very prevalent at South by Southwest. The design types that really get how to make stuff look right. Although these days, when I talk to designers, they care more and more about the user interaction part of it. So I think a much more complex concept.
Well, there's a lot of startups that are based around making something that used to be 12 steps, 2 steps.
Right.
And that's that magic thing. But also the experience has to be fun, has to be engaging, has to be exciting. A lot of full bleed photography, attractive typography. It's not an ugly software world anymore.
Yeah.
It's not green buttons on purple backgrounds like our days.
Well, and the resolution of the screens is astonishing. I have a 13-inch display that's 3200 by 1800, and I'm just not going to tolerate 8-pixel looks on that kind of screen. So
well, that's the kind of attention to detail that startups need to put into their applications like that.
I also think there's a big simplification piece too. You know, you've collected a bunch of great stories today that I've been listening to about apps that are just focusing on one thing and doing it really, really well. And another group of folks that I've really been talking to are the ones who get stuff done. It's sort of the boss of that. It works on every platform, and it moves all those things forward. It coordinates everything, moves those folks along. So that, to me, has been the really fun part about being South by Southwest, is seeing those different kinds of developers and the things that are going on there.
Yeah, I've also talked to a number of developers that have been doing C# on every platform.
Yeah.
So they may have a Windows app, they have a Windows Phone app, but then they're using things like Xamarin Tools, and then they've got an iOS and an Android app, and they're doing all of this in Visual Studio, all in .NET, and they're launching apps on all platforms at once.
And then maintaining that. It's not just one version, it's the next one and the next one and the next one, and all of those customers need to be supported all the time.
Right, with beautiful experiences everywhere. That are native experiences. They look like, because you don't want to have an Android app running on your Windows app that looks like an Android app. Like, you're not supposed to be here.
It's so apparent when it's like that.
Exactly, beautiful native apps on any platform, and they're doing it all in C#. Visual Studio.
And it's been absolutely the expectation now that how do we deliver on all those things all the time, and then I really like what the Microsoft Tool Suite, in combination with partners like Xamarin, have been able to do.
Very cool.
So that's been my week, and I'm having a great time doing it.
Are you going to stick around?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a great party coming up. I'm looking forward to being here.
Very cool. We're having all sorts of fun here at the Microsoft Studios at 323 Congress, South by Southwest.